Hi, and how are you? It's time for another monthly budget. Aren't we excited? I know I am. Mostly because this is our first month getting full market rent for the unit upstairs. Yay! Okay, so we have a lot to do. There's a lot going on. So let us get this party started. So we are going to pull out our handy dandy post-it for the inflow because Win and oh, by the way, hi, I'm Bo. Me and my partner Win budget by paycheck with separate bank accounts. So things get a little complicated, and this is what that looks like for us anyway. You can do it however you want. If you do it a different way with your partner, let me know. I know a lot of people really push for joint bank accounts. And technically, we do have joint bank accounts, but only one person's money is in those accounts. Don't judge us. Please. There is a reason, and we don't really go into it. But yeah, so we're keeping separate accounts. But let's start. So his inflow is up here, and then her inflow is down here. We are starting with, and let us look at, so we are starting with this handy dandy pay delay post-it. I know, so high tech, right? So we are actually pretty far ahead on our budgets. We are working with pay from May and June, which is very exciting. So for his inflow, we have his May 30th paycheck and his June 13th paycheck. So we're going to go with, this is 1993 and 1993. And then we're also going with his interest, right? Yes, his interest. So his June interest is $55. And then we also have the rental income. So that is, so we're going to actually have 2 months of rental income. So on August 1st, we're getting 3 months worth of rental income. So, 3 months worth of the housing voucher income. So that is also known as Section 8. Basically, the government pays a portion of our tenant's rent. So that is $16.01 per month that the government pays, that the city pays. And because it takes 60-ish days to process a new owner, we are getting paid for June, July, and August on August 1st. So what we're going to do is we're going to use June and July's payment. So that is $16.01 times 2. So that's $32.02. And then our tenant's portion of the rent, the part that they give us like by hand, is $149 because the full rent is $1,750. So this is what we will have to work with on August 1st. So we will have, let's do the math here, 1993 plus 1993 plus 50. Oh, no. Why did I do that? 1993 times 2, we're just going to do it that way, is 3986. And then 55 plus 3202 plus 149 is 3406. So add that to 3986 and we get 7392. Oops. Okay. And then for my inflow, it's going to be much less, but we're going to, deal with it. We have, I'm going to use my CD interest from June 5th. Oh, can you see that? There we go. My CD interest from June 5th, because I cashed out a certificate of deposit. So that's 1627. Let me write that down. So 1627 plus my pay from June 19th. And that's 1541. And I'm adding these up separately because our two different sides of the budget need to add up. And also we need to have the different lines here under the inflow. So it'll make sense once I get it all done. Okay. So then we have savings account interest on June 23rd. So that is 32. And I think that's actually it for my inflow. Yep, 2 paychecks and that. Okay. So let's add up my side. We have 1627 plus 1541 equals 3168 plus 32 equals 3,200. Oh, interesting. All right. So now that we have all our numbers, let us move on to putting what this actually is. So his paycheck is actually $39.86. My paycheck is $31.68. Other income is 32 plus 3406. So that's 3438. And then from savings, oh, I didn't put that part here. Okay, let me look at, so Google One is the only thing from savings. Well, we're going to be paying more for the renovation, for the remodel of the house, but I have no idea how much that is, so I'm just not going to budget for it. So from savings, we're going to take $100 to pay for Google subscription, and then let's see what this all adds up to. So $39.86 plus $31.68 plus $34.38 plus 100. So $10,692. I love it. And there will be rollover, but I have no idea how much it is. And we're just gonna, it's just gonna be what it is what's gonna happen. So let's get right into the his spending, because we're not investing right now. That's not where we are in our journey. Okay, so the mortgage is $40.31, and that's happening. Kid bills is $103 plus $160, if I remember correctly. 40, yeah. So 263. And it probably won't be this amount. It'll probably just be the 103, but I can't count on it because the kids might start therapy again at any point. We don't know. And then internet is 55. S&M collections is 50. Heating bill, while the heating bill is due, during this time period. It's actually due on the 30th and the 31st because we have 2 heating bills right now. Might permanently have 2 heating bills. We shall see how that works out. But it's already paid. I paid it on the 18th, so don't have to worry about that here. And then student loans, minimum payment is 31. Electric bill, how much is the electric bill? So again, we have 2 electric bills right now because we don't have a tenant in the basement. So electric bill is 182 plus 68. They have the same due date, so that's 250 for electric. And then adventures is 40. And miscellaneous is 100. Beautiful. And again, there will be rollover, but that has not, I didn't feel like figuring out what it might be. So we're just not going to worry about that. And then his saving, he's not saving anything right now. So onward to my spending, and this is my checking account. Actually, no, we shouldn't move on. What am I doing? Okay, let's add this up. Whew, good grief, y'all. I might be a little tired. Don't judge me. You're not my real mom. Okay, I'm going to add these all up, and I will not put you through watching it. One moment. Okay, so it all adds up to $48.20. $48.20 is the subtotal for his spending. And actually, if it's going to be $48.20, but he has $73.92 coming in, we're going to do rollover because he's not saving. What am I thinking? Okay, so $48.20, and we're going to subtract the $73.92 that's coming in, right? So minus $73.92 is $25.72. So that's how much extra we're working with. And actually, now that I look at that, maybe we shouldn't use that second paycheck. Maybe we shouldn't use the second paycheck because we do have enough. If there's $25.72 left over, maybe we shouldn't. Maybe we shouldn't use the paycheck. Huh. Well, I don't feel like erasing everything and starting over. Not everything, but I don't feel like erasing the numbers and starting over. So we are just going to go with what is currently here. So $25.72. We're going to go with what's here. And so that'll be our rollover. And then $73.92 is the subtotal because that's his spending. Now, what I might do is during the second pay period, or even maybe during the first. Actually, yes. So during the first pay period, I think I might just not bring in one of these rental payments. So this is 2 months of housing voucher. I might just use one of the months and then use the other one later. We shall see. But yeah, I prefer a little more flexibility and a little less rollover. So we shall see how this goes, but it's looking good. I'm very pleased. Okay, so now let's move on to my spending. So this is my checking account. Completely separate. He is not a joint owner on my checking account, for the record. It's, yeah, completely separate. So dining out, our Delulu $60. It's absolutely not going to happen, but you know how I roll. You know how I roll. I am hopeful that we'll behave ourselves. In all reality, if we raised this amount, we would still spend way more. It's what ends up usually happening is each of us will spend under the amount, but somehow together it's not realistic. It's not realistic, but we aim we aim for the 60. And then YouTube Premium Family is $26 a month. And Netflix is $20 a month. And as soon as that raises again, we're switching to a different streaming service. I'm not paying more than $20 to watch movies and TV shows. And then we have Fabulous, which is $2. Home Depot card has a minimum of $47. And flooring is $163. Security system is, I'm budgeting, I'm still gonna budget $101. Last month it was less than that, but I think I got a credit for referring someone. I think that's why it was lower, but I'm not 100% sure, so I'm just gonna budget for the amount that they said that my bill would be. We'll see what happens. And then car wash is $18 a month. And we will see how much extra debt gets after the variable envelopes are paid for, because I'm not doing rollover anymore. I've done enough rollover. We're good on that. I'm just going to be using paychecks from now on because debt has to become a priority at this point. So we are going to see, variable envelopes. That's next. So I already did the math because last month I tried to do it in my head. It absolutely did not work. Variable envelopes will be groceries in bulk for $520, transportation for $60, health for $160, home for $60, birthdays for $10, clothes for $50, pet for $30, personal $160, and Elphaba, which is me matching the kids' savings account deposits, for $40. So that is a total of $1,090 for variable envelopes. And since the subtotal is going to be $3,200, we're just going to subtract all of these other ones. So I will do that math and show you in a moment. Okay, so $1,673 is what this all adds up to. So my rollover is $1,673. And the subtotal, wait. This doesn't add up to $1,673. $1,673 is what will be left over. Good grief. So this is $3,200. As a matter of fact, I'm going to double check this math to make sure that I did it correctly. One moment again. Okay, I did the math right. I did the math right. Okay, so that's a subtotal of $3,200. And then we go down to savings spent. Savings spent will be Google One, which is Google Storage. And that's $100. Okay, so let's do this math. Okay, so 10,692 minus 7392 is 3,300. And then 3,300 minus 3,200 is 100. Look at that math. And 100 for savings spent. 100 minus 100 is 0. So that is a zero-based budget, which of course does not mean our bank accounts are at 0. It means that every dollar that comes in has a reason to go out. Oh, good grief. This wasn't supposed to be rollover. What was I thinking? 1673 is what's supposed to go to debt. Good grief. Okay. 1673 is supposed to go to debt. Okay, so speaking of 1673 going to debt, it is going to be time for the new debt confession next week. So I'm super stoked for that. And by stoked, I mean nervous, because basically we're going to figure out how much we can actually afford to put towards these debts, and whether or not we can have them paid by the time the interest starts accruing again. We shall see. It's very exciting times. Exciting being a very strong word. But yeah, we gotta figure out how much debt we have, right? I did pay off one debt, but we gotta figure out how much debt is left, how long it's gonna take us to pay off, if we can manage it before the interest starts accruing. And we need to leave room in the budget for savings. So that's going to be fun too. We shall see what the plan is going to be next week. But tomorrow is going to be the paycheck budget. So if I messed up, let a sister know, please and thank you. I love you. I appreciate you. Never forget that you deserve financial stability. And I hope you have a great day on purpose. Bye.